I'm sorry, guys. I really don't want to look at booze again. I'm kind of over it at the moment. But anyways, guys, as you can see from the thumbnail, I got my yerba mate here. Caffeine and antioxidants is something I feel like I need right now. But anyways, guys, we got a lot to cover, and yeah, I hope you guys are having a good weekend. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs, and let's just get started. Cheers, guys. While neither an RPG or an MMO, I think it's worth mentioning Valve's release of information and trailer for the next Half-Life game called Half Life Alyx with a Y. Personally, I was a little shocked to see how amazing the graphics looked. The level of detail and textures on the NPCs and environment was on a level comparable to Elite Dangerous in my opinion. I say that because the game is VR only so far, but you don't need Valve's VR brand called Index to play. A handful, including Oculus and Vive, will also be compatible, although you do get the added benefit of Index's finger tracking technology. While many fans were disappointed about the news that it won't be a traditional PC game, Valve has always been known to release Half-Life when it seems to be pushing some sort of technological boundary. This isn't my opinion though, but it was a good point made by the people over at Bellular News. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right, guys. They noted that the first Half-Life game showed you could have an exceptional storyline in a first-person shooter, when at the time it was all about mindlessly mowing down enemies, Rambo style. Then Half-Life 2 comes out, showcasing the realism of objects within a world with gravity and physics. Sure, it's not Half-Life 3, but it is still considered canon, and actually takes place between the events of Half-Life 1 and 2. Anyways guys, let's get on to the actual MMO and RPG news for the week, shall we? A new MMO in development was brought to my attention from MMORPG.com, and it's called Reign of Darkness, which went into early access on Steam this week. On a side note, a lot of comments about games going into early access, especially when it comes to MMOs and other online games, have mostly been negative. Apparently, early access causes the games to be made bad over its course of development for whatever reason. I admittedly don't know a lot about this, only bought a few games in early access, none of which are MMOs or other online games, so let me know down in the comment section why early access is so detrimental. According to its Steam page, it's described as a tab target, theory crafting, dungeon runner, and online role-playing game being based off the classic D&D principles and concepts, where every attack is a virtual roll of the dice. It has very medieval aesthetics and seems to be an alternate reality of Europe after the Black Plague in 1348 AD. One thing while reading through the description that I thought was really cool is how you can, and I quote, players can also hire and assign equipment to mercenaries that will assist them in instanced environments, which allows dynamic experiences with or without friends. Something very similar to Star Wars: The Old Republic companion system, which I thoroughly enjoyed by the way, but that feature hasn't been released yet. It still feels like your run-of-the-mill MMORPG more or less. Matter of fact, I think you can make the argument that the game is far from, or it just really looks dated. Characters kind of look floaty. Lots of other influences, especially from World of Warcraft, were taken. But I kind of don't mind that. Watching the gameplay on YouTube, I felt like the me from 2010. There's a certain nostalgia I felt from playing the old classics, such as the original Guild Wars, Dark Age of Camelot, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and I kind of miss that. I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old.
Okay, Boomer. Current political institutions have proven...
I'll certainly keep everybody in the loop. I'm super interested in how the game goes along. Maybe even sign up for early access myself, but we'll see. Not a whole lot of information, but something worth mentioning. The people over at Pearl Abyss released a little teaser for their upcoming new class called the Guardian. No videos, no gameplay, just some sort of poem about how I think she wants to rid the world of God or something like that. Oh, and this photo, As you could tell, she has a pretty large personality. Now, this is completely speculation on my end, and it seems like many others also reached the same conclusion, but it seems like the female version of the Berserker class or race or whatever they're called because of her muscular physique. If you do want to read more about this poem, the link will be down in the comment section below. So this next bit of news comes from massivelyop.com, and the people over from Star Citizen will be hosting their annual CitizenCon tomorrow on Saturday, or their Sunday in Manchester time. I personally can't wait to see all the wonderful things happening in the world of Star Citizen, but I'm also hoping that they will give us more information about their development to see when we can expect this game to come out. To celebrate, Star Citizen will be available to play in their alpha builds for free, regardless of whether or not you are a backer. They have a pretty comprehensive list of all the ships that you can fly every day until December 5th. Full disclosure, I am a backer of the game, and in my opinion, it's going to be biased from that fact alone. But I have no problems calling out the things many people may find troubling, such as the problem with feature creep, or maybe even more $1,000 ship packages, for example. But in any event, I hope that their convention goes well, and I hope we get a ton of new and good information. I never thought I'd actually do this, but I'm sourcing a Newsweek article because they seem to have done a pretty decent job at highlighting all the major and minor changes, updates, and add-ons to the Borderlands new update. Called the Tickdown at Malouin Black Site, update 1.07 or patch 4 includes a new 4-player storyline of Vault Hunters to a top-secret weapon that Malouin developed at the Black Site. Mayhem 4 is also live, allowing greater challenges and loot. There's also a new bank expansion where players will start out with 20 bank slots instead of 10. Players can now expand their banks up to 300 slots. A dedicated loot pool system where bosses will now drop certain pieces of gear so players know now where to look, more vending machines, and thank you weapons has also been added, and of course your typical bug fixes and changes. And also in their news and updates, their first campaign add-on called Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot, not high school, I just didn't have enough room to fit everything in there, is set to be released on December 19th. According to 2K's website, it will include a new location, new casino heist with new secrets via crew challenges, new enemy bosses with new legendary weapons and gear, and yeah, they just have a lot of new cool things that I can't cover in a reasonable amount of time. But just remember that players must be at least level 13 and unlock Sanctuary 3 to gain access to the new content, but will also be scaled up so that higher level Vault Hunters can find a challenge and appropriately powerful loot. If you don't know what Warhammer Vermintide 2 is, it's a first-person co-op hack and slash game available for Steam, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, but unfortunately this free weekend only applies to the Steam version of the game from what I gather. Let me know in the comments if that's incorrect. Now, if you have a friend who plays this game, they can send you an invite which allows you to play through all the downloadable content for free as well. And if you do decide to purchase it, the base game is 75% off, which will come down to $7.49 USD before taxes. I forgot to cover this last time, but Shroud of the Avatar released a new update called Release 72 yesterday on November 21st, and it's actually a fairly big update. According to the website at shroudoftheavatar.com, they implemented phase 2 of their agricultural balance. You could even harvest unicorns if that's your thing, but tons of other things such as user interface changes and features, town teleporters, new player housing items such as gnomes that were added.
I'm a gnome, and you've been gnome.
Player-owned town animals such as cats, rabbits, sheep, and squirrels. New exclusive rewards such as autumn leaf accessories and weapons. Holiday-related items and events. There's just way too much to cover, and it's actually a pretty impressive list of cool and new things. And a list that I still can't cover at a reasonable amount of time, so But real quick, be warned, a lot of gamers have their fair share of critics, but looking around, this game especially has a large player base that feels as though they've been betrayed, especially after Lord British aka Richard Garriott left the company earlier this year, I believe. I know him not because of Ultima Online, but I really love Tabula Rasa. I'd be really shocked if anyone else here remembers playing that game, but I personally really enjoyed it, and I have a bit of a nostalgia itch to play it again if anyone wants to make a private server, I guess, but I'm not telling you guys to do anything illegal. But at the end of the day, you do you, and if this game seems like something you want to check out, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. A new free-to-play content update was available called A New Dawn and will be released for Legends of Aria on December 5th. According to MMORPG.com, the update will include a new risk versus reward environment, warrior class changes, township feature allowing you to become citizens, 3 new world bosses, stealing and snooping is now a viable option, and tons of other things as well. More information can be found at legendsofaria.com. And finally, and lastly, Sea of Thieves released a new update this week called Seabound Soul. According to massivelyop.com, the update includes new tall tale experience, ashen chest to unlock. The players can now lobby fire at enemy ships as well as race to contain the spreading flames on their own vessels. Thanksgiving related cosmic items have also been added for both players and pets. This game definitely has one of the most wonderful sea animations and graphics I've ever seen in any MMO or game. And although I've never played this game, let us know what you guys think of this and try to convince us otherwise, why we should play this game and check out what it's all about. And that wraps it up for today's Whiskey and RPG news and updates. Again, my name is Solomon SK. I just want to thank you guys for all your support, especially what I've gone through this week. I really do appreciate it. I feel the love from you guys, and it really means a lot to me. And admittedly, I had to switch to Sprite over the course of this recording because I'm just... Anyways, thank you again, and thank you a bunch. Again, my name is Solomon SK for Whiskey and RPGs. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, have a blessed night, and I will see you guys next time. Cheers.